All right, hello and welcome to episode 15 of a stream series I've been doing for Game Pass library games. Hades is a well-known game from Supergiant Games, so anyone who's familiar with games like Bastion, Transistor, and these are sort of top-down. Um, I I almost want to say it's a Dark Souls-like. Or a Soulsborne like game where dying is expected and you need to prepare to die. Um, I think this game was released 2 years ago. Um, it won a lot of awards. I think it got best game design. It is sort of a rogue-like, and it is an indie game. Supergiant is still an indie company. So Private Division and Take Two Interactive are also involved. It is a dungeon crawl, so if you like those, this is right up your alley. This is not a review, so pretty much what I do is I take suggestions primarily from viewers of other streams, and I ask them to give me a game suggestion, and I will learn the game,
You win this
try to
round,
get
mate.
familiar with it with a minimum of an hour. Some games take longer. I did a stream for Yakuza Like a Dragon, and I played that game for 20 hours before I streamed it, just so I could open up things that I wanted to talk about. But I've got at least an hour in this game. I did a stream of my learning
It
process
must
of a
be on
game,
break.
and Hades was my first. And the viewer that had
Wonder what
requested
jobs the
it
house
even
contractor
dropped
has
in,
available.
gave me some input, as well as other players that have enjoyed Hades. And that's how I prefer to do some streams. But again, this is sort of just a look. It is not a review, just my initial feelings and observations of Hades. Some of the things that I like right at the very beginning. The art style is absolutely wonderful. The leveling up and choosing boons and things that you can use throughout your dungeon crawls and your runs really makes each room and each section of the dungeon feel fresh and empowering. Each thing that you complete feels empowering. Um, there are a couple of really cool things that like character presentation, animations, and the dialogue. Um, there are slight, like even just their animations that you see here. They will sort of animate as they're
Before
talking
my
to you.
chamber's a mess, look at your desk, father. Whatever happened to your court musician, huh? Where's his sentencing parchment work? Stuck in Tartarus all because he stopped singing for you on command?
My desk is far more organized than you, boy. And if
Kind
you're
of see
so
how he
concerned
slams
about
his
our court
fist
musician,
on the
why don't you
on
commute his
his
sentence
desk
yourself? Seeing as I
in
haven't
game.
gotten
Again,
around to
not
it
the
yet.
hand drawn art to the left, which is also superb. Just the characters that are in game.
Sure, happy
Even
to oblige.
instead of just
I'll
being
just ask
sort of
the
a
house contractor
static
since you're too busy.
image, or just sort of a static animation image that doesn't change with the dialogue.
Contractor, mind
So I like
reviewing the
that.
court musician's sentence when you get the chance?
All right, so I should be able to go over here and possibly
There
get
we
the
go.
court musician. And if I go to court music, so I guess that's not in there yet. I think maybe I have to go. So your house contractors, this is something that you can come in here and add specific areas in your dungeon. So you could buy something here that pops up in your dungeon. You can buy something here that will populate this space, this hub that you come back to. If you're a player of Demon Souls, it's kind of like going back to the. I keep wanting to say Cortex. It's not the Cortex. It's not the Vortex. It's going into a hub area after you die to spend the resources that you've gathered to make things a little bit easier as you dive. There's a lot of extra little things that you can do here. So if I wanted to buy
Work
this
approved.
luxurious
Let us
seating,
hereby have better seating, on which I shall never rest, you mark my words.
now there's better seating. And there's dialogue to it. And
Maybe
it's
you'll have
not
something
just
more
sort of
affordable
a
next time.
click and done. There's things that happen within the game that open up as you make those choices. So there's a lot of fun things to do, and you're not even into the meat of the game just yet. There's also a thing called nectar that you can give to some of your favorite characters. As you collect nectar, you can bring it over. I've actually chosen Nyx as one of my favorite characters, and I gave it to her. And you can kind of see down there the right trigger. I could gift a nectar to this character. I don't think it works for every character. Like while this is a character, so to speak, I'm not able to give that one a nectar. But you can see one, I could give one to Cerberus, I could give one to Hades, I could give one to Nyx, and let's see if I can give it to some other characters that are floating around. This location opens up as you play through the game. Let's see what I can give it to this one, this character here as well.
Of some sort out there. A globule of ancient blood which formed after I fought with Megara. Is this really the Titan's blood I found?
And as I've played this game, I've found myself meeting up with so many characters. Zagreus, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name correctly, but we've kind of just come across calling it Zag. And like even Magera, I'm not sure how to say that, just calling Meg. But I've met characters like Athena, Ares, Nyx, Cerberus, Hypnos, Achilles, which we're talking to now, Hades, which we've seen at the desk, Zeus. There's a character that's almost like a dummy to practice off of, Skelly, Dionysus, Charon, Artemis, Aphrodite, Sisyphus, Dusa, Poseidon. There's all these characters that are popping up from Greek mythology. So if it's in Greek mythology, it's probably going to pop up here in some way. And that's really just in the first couple of minutes in the game, you meet a ton of these characters. As you can see, the presentation is solid. That's very Supergiant Games, well known for that. I mean, you can even come over here and freaking...
Look what I got for you, boy.
And now he'll be a big friend of mine.
As one of Cerberus's heads receives the prince's gift, another muzzles something back into his hand.
Rewards.
Thank you, boy.
All right, so keepsakes. I believe keepsakes are... If I go back to my room...
I want to go lie down.
Go over here to mirror. It's not in here. Where were keepsakes at?
That's one prophecy out of the way.
All right, so the Fated list is primarily something that you can go to get information on. So I'll leave that one to you for some surprises. I don't want to spoil too much as you unlock. And again, there is going to be some spoilers as you move about and watch anybody's gameplay.
The dead of night, or the approximation of it in the realm of Hades. Prince of the underworld, Zagreus rises from a fitful slumber, with much mischief on his mind.
Mischief? Me? I was just going to have a little look through Father's stuff.
All is quiet at this time. Ever-dreaming Hypnos put a spell upon the house, as willful Zagreus had asked of him. All are fast asleep, save for the prince. It is exactly as he planned.
And you're going to get this throughout the game. You're going to get solid voice acting for each character, each bit of dialogue. It's there for the consumption of those that enjoy the lore. If you're excited about a story, there's a story here. If you're excited about combat, there's combat here. If you're excited about the leveling up, it's here. Customization. While it's pretty much available to everybody, you can change colors of specific things, and I'll let you guys play with that, but there's something here that will get its hooks into just about any player. And I've been playing a bunch of Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, the From Software series of games to kind of prepare myself for Elden Ring. And this was one of the games that I was really happy that one of the viewers, his name is Sick Dorito, came in to one of the streams and suggested this game. So thank you to Sick Dorito for giving me the suggestion. And Hades feels right at home with sort of those Soulsborne style games. Again,
voice, old man. I'm trying to be sneaky here.
There's never a long stretch so far in my time playing Hades to where I feel like I'm not getting something new and fresh. It's a constant reward system.
He ventures toward the stately throne of his Lord Father, half expecting to be caught, but ill expecting what he is about to find.
Even just this segment that I'm going through right here is new.
I said shut up, old man.
He does not know exactly what he seeks. He only knows that something always has felt off to him, that he does not belong. Who is he, really? Lord Hades never would indulge such questions, so Prince Zagreus would find out for himself.
Zagreus. All right.
I'm not listening.
He rifles through his Lord Father's possessions. There is not much of any import there. Ledgers and administrative parchment work. Correspondence from Olympus which he had ignored. No trace of any reference to his son. But then, there is the note. Written finally in a hand and voice the likes of which the prince had never seen or heard.
Hades, I can no longer tolerate my life here in this place. So I'm leaving, even if it kills me. I won't be returning to Olympus. If there is a place where I belong in this world, it must be somewhere between heaven and hell. Perhaps it's on the coast and has a little garden. Take care of Cerberus. I shall miss him. Persephone.
No, Persephone, no.
Thus did Prince of the Underworld Zagreus absorb the contents of this hidden letter, written in his mother's hand.
His mother's hand. My mother's hand? Wait, what? You're saying this Persephone, that she's my mother? But Father always said that Nyx was that liar. He lied to me. They both did. All my life.
Thus did the prince discover, inadvertently, the well-kept truth about his lineage. Entirely by chance, this did occur.
Nope, you told him.
Persephone, the one-time queen of all the underworld. Where had she gone? And why? Engulfed by newfound questions and his rage, the prince decided to confront his lord and master.
Why? You're Nyx. You're not my mother. All this time, you and my father, you lied to me?
Oh, my dear child. So now you know. So now you know. But only half the truth. I can explain the rest, so... Please. It never was my wish to hurt you.
Come on, animation sequence.
Mother.
Oh,
I
well.
wonder, will you even remember me?
All right, so very clear, the game has a story. Take the time to explore it. Take the time to enjoy it. Again, the game is all about dodging and attacking. Dodges have abilities in and of themselves, as well as some of the choices that we'll see as we kind of get into it. Real quick talk on, as you start to collect this darkness that's over on the right, you can use those to permanently increase some of your abilities. You can kind of see how each one of those will apply to Zag as he goes into the dungeon. You can see at the very bottom, underneath Infernal Soul, there is a number of keys. Those keys will unlock to give you more darkness that you can use to make your runs a little bit more unique, a little bit easier, harder. However you decide to build and go into these battles, this is where you're going to be doing some of that leveling up and spending of resources. But we'll kind of get into some of those things very lightly. Again, this is a light look, a very initial look. This is not a review. So as I miss things, I'm hoping those are parts that you're more intrigued now to go and discover for yourself. All right. I think that's pretty good. I think we'll go into choosing our weapons. So this next room that we go into, we choose what we want to do or how we want to go into each battle. So right now I currently have this weapon right here. It's a spear, and then I could equip a different weapon here. I could spend keys, which I have down at the bottom right corner. I have 1. Some of those jewels I have 127, and then darkness I have 72. So if I want to go back, you can. I could come into here and I could spend upwards of 72 of the darkness. One thing I would like to see up here is the keys. I can see my keys, but they're slightly, I don't know what's the best description, subdued, faded out in the bottom right. I can still read them, but they're light. I would like to see them here. But again, primarily you're here to spend darkness. And you can see how it restores a small amount of my health when I exit a chamber, +1 per rank. So I think I'm going to go ahead and spend money there. And then deal bonus attack and special damage when striking foes from behind. Let's go into Boiling Blood. Deals bonus attack damage to foes with... Alright, so this one I'm going to spend some money in. So you can see that little red diamond. That's an attack that you can do to attach to an enemy. So to give yourself sort of the bonuses that you're purchasing more. Okay. Here, alright, so basic kind of look on those aspects of the mirror. And again, there's so much more to explore. Don't take my word for everything and take my word for a grain of salt. This is just an initial look. Here's Skelly. He's sort of a... at the beginning, he felt like he was a test dummy. But again, well acted and fun to talk to.
Not a chance, boyo. I'm paid to take it, not to dish it out. Now give it to me.
And I like how he has a coin in his mouth.
Okay.
And again, I think he's a great test dummy for all your abilities that you have. If I go into here... Sorry, there he is. I already had him selected. The animated skeleton and I, we seldom get along. He is too talkative for me, and spouts such simple condescensions to all those in earshot, seemingly as though we were an expert in the ways of war. That's his character. But again, as I... okay, so now you can see how he's got that red diamond on him. He'll take extra damage because I have it attached to him. I do believe I can level up to have multiple of those attached to an enemy. Down in the bottom left, I've got 1 of 1, but you can update that. Alright, so now he's out. Now, if I like the way that that attack is going, he'll respawn. And then I could try my weapon.
Stygius, blade of the underworld. I need your strength.
This is sort of the weapon that you start with. See my special abilities. And again, I'm using that to attach extra damage to. I like range weapons. So this is sort of what I started with. And it does a pretty good job of locking on to enemies versus me having to always freely fire. It does a good job of locking on.
Miss me, boyo?
All right, let's go in with this
time,
weapon.
Baratha.
Kind of liking the
Change
spear.
of plan there, huh?
And in we go.
All right, one more time.
Family.
All right, so
Death
oh, here's an
is your
animation.
only family. Death and I. Best get accustomed to the both of us.
And again,
No,
animation in
not
the
on
sense
your
of a
life.
panel. All right, so
This mark, almost like a bat wing. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
who's the one that got too close to the sun?
Hey, boss. Found you. Good.
Hermes.
At your service. Pleasure. You are the talk of Olympus. Normally I wouldn't get mixed up, but for you, I'll be making an exception. Now, come on. We've both got places to be.
I don't think it was Hermes. All right, so now we have Hermes. After taking damage, quickly dash to recover some you just lost. Oh, that's interesting. Every once in a while, you'll get indications of what the rarity is of these boons. Just look to the right of those. As you select them, they'll actually be on the item that you're choosing. You can dash more times in a row. I think this quick recovery
Proceed
sounds
to lift,
fun.
Lord Hermes, sir. Now let's go.
All right, so as you can see, as my lore gets updated with Hermes, there's all sorts of stuff here. The stuff in yellow are the ones that I haven't selected over. Again, a ton of stuff in here to read to get more familiar with the game. And again, you're going to be doing this quite a bit with discovering more and more about the game as you collect things. Things are going to be filled up. So it's just this logbook of greatness that you come across as you're playing. As you are playing, use your dodge. You can level up your abilities, and you can also get things that specifically attach themselves, like those boons, to the actions that you're taking. You can have boons that will attach to your dodge, to your main attack, and to your special attack. My special attack with this spear is sending the spear out to attach to somebody, or not attach to somebody, but you can see how it just floats there. If I call it back, that's sort of reminiscent to maybe some God of War games that we've played. So you can see how I'm proceeding into the next area. While
Each
this is sort
time
of the
prince
always...
stares back into the underworld, its ever-shifting chambers realign to frustrate his attempts to perhaps map it out.
That's just a good way of saying that it's procedurally generated, the layout of the dungeon, so it's always fresh. So when you come up and you finish a room,
We'll see about that.
sometimes there's just one exit. Sometimes you have a choice. So pay attention to what's inside this glass orb. So if I want to go after darkness, and right now it's the only choice, I know that going into this room, I'm going to be rewarded some darkness. So that's a good indication of, wow, let's jump into this room because this is what it is that I want to get. Icarus. Yeah, sorry. Hello, Black Bisector. Yes, Icarus, I thought the initial icon there was for Icarus, but it was Hermes. It was my mistake. My bad. All right, so here we go. And also, Black Bisector, if there's a different name that you prefer to go by, I'll learn that. So when you do jump by, if you'd like to keep up the trend of those that have jumped into my streams in the past, this game that I'm streaming was a suggestion by Sick Dorito. Sick Dorito jumped into another stream that I was doing and suggested this game. So if you'd like to go one step further while you've joined me here, drop a game title into the chat. If you'd like it to be a numbered game in the Game Pass library series I've been streaming, please jump in and pick a game from that Game Pass library. All right, so you can see how we've picked up what the game said that we were going to come into this specific area and be rewarded. And as you can see, we were duly rewarded with that darkness. You can see in the bottom right corner, I've got 16 coin that I can spend. And you can see in the top left and in the top right, there's two different directions that I can go. I can go top left and actually get more coin, or I could decide to go right and increase the bottom left amount of health that I have. I have 47 out of 50. So while I really love coin, I also like to survive. So I'm going to choose this direction. Alright. So littered throughout each room are going to be specific enemies. They will respawn. Well, not necessarily respawn, but new enemies might come in. Stronger enemies might come in. Don't forget to dodge. I always do. Learn from my mistake. So now you can see the Centaur Heart. The equine centaurs are well known for their unlimited endurance, and although their reign has long since passed from the mortal realm above, their resolve lives. Their resolve lives on lives 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 lives. Their resolve lives on within the underworld. All right, so I can learn more by collecting more centaur hearts. Here, these Charon Obol, which are essentially your coins, I can learn more by collecting more. If I want to learn more, it tells me what it is that I have to do to collect and learn more. Undiscovered parts of the codex. Entries complete, so you know there's nothing more. But again, a bunch of stuff. If you're ever curious about what it is that you're seeing in the world, come to the codex. And you can go to the codex in the game by hitting the left bumper. All right, so you can see down there I've got 33 out of 50. Now that I picked this up, now I have 58 out of 75, 75 being the highest. I do need to remember that boon that I got, and if you need to take a look at your boons that you have attached right now, you can see quick recovery. After taking damage, quickly dash to recover some. So if you ever need to remember what it is you need to be doing to take the best benefit or maximize the boons that you have attached, go into your menu there. All right, so you can see this specific area. What you also want to make sure that you keep an eye out for, and I need to say this sort of while I'm thinking about it, is keep an eye or a lookout for purple cauldrons. This was mentioned to me, but I think Sick Dorito. But somebody in my stream is like, make sure you don't forget to look at your purple cauldrons that sort of populate or unlock after you clear the room. And there are areas that you can use to buy things, heal, all sorts of stuff. So keep a lookout for things. Don't leave a room prematurely without making sure some of those things are available to you. All right. This one's going to give me a potion, and again, those nectars. Those nectars are something that you can use to become more friendly, I guess, with some of the main characters. All right, so that's a nectar. Again, that stuff isn't going to disappear on you, so don't worry about it. At least I haven't seen it disappear on me.
Perfect.
All right, I believe this one is something that's going to give me a boon, but a boon from Hades. So if I want to have my attack be more powerful, I'd go in that direction. But it's the only direction I can go, so we're going to jump into there. Again, like I said, pay attention to the doors you choose. When there's a choice, you will benefit from that choice. But you could also lose out on some possible things, so be careful with that. In we go, diving deeper.
More louts.
All right, so you can see enemies there that have a skull and a shield. So that yellowish kind of bar there, you have to get rid of that first. And I mean, honestly, just consider it a another health bar.
Ready for them.
I mean, the range on this is so good. And whenever you attack an enemy with those yellow bars, they won't stagger as easily. Now, you can see up here, this is the cauldron. It's currently locked, and I think it might be locked until I pick up the primary benefit of the room. You can also see here, it doesn't tell you what room is next until you pick this up. So,
the eternal spear. I thought it lost. Have you any idea how many lives it drank during your father's glory days?
now this is a very interesting part of this game that I found out. I've brought specific items and weapons and um, things into the game, and when I talk to these characters, they'll speak to, and they've Supergiant thought about doing dialogue for what player choices have been made, and then it shows that they're paying attention. Also, whenever you die, anything that kills you from a specific enemy type or a specific trap, they talk about how you died when you get warped back into that hub area. They say, oh, that spike trap killed you, or oh, that spider type enemy killed you, or oh, that boss really did a number on you. So dying is actually entertaining because you're like, oh, now what can I see that they've paid attention to, or they put time into the game to make the player feel like, yep, choice I made, or a good choice or bad encounter, they've added some little nuance or some little Easter egg or some little tasty bit that you can chew on. All right, so your special inflicts doom. Your cast ends a blade rift hurtling ahead. Sends a blade rift. All right, the cast is the red diamond. Your dash creates a blade rift where you started. I do like to dash. Let's choose that one. All right, so you can see there, like, everything's different. Every gameplay, every run is different. Now you can see how the cauldron's unlocked.
What's for sale?
We'll go into the cauldron, and you can see the cauldrons require the coins. So you could get life essence, I believe, is in every cauldron. So you can heal. You can buy everything that you can afford. So there's 3 selections. If you had enough of the coins, then you will be able to buy everything. If you don't, then you're just out. You can see at the very bottom, upon demise, all coins return to Charon. All cells are final. And back out. And all right, so we're going to get darkness in this room. All right, so I forget what the pomegranates are for. I think this, I wish it would tell me. Actually, let's go and see if they're talked about here. Artifacts. All right, so that's darkness. That's my bloodstone. I believe that comes as part of me casting. There it is. All right, so Palm of Power. There is not much to eat here in the underworld, conventionally speaking. The pomegranate is a rare exception, having made its way down to these depths, perhaps alongside the Lord Hades himself, when he first came to this realm eons ago. Here, his blood-red fruit holds something of a terrifying power. Well, I guess we could go to the Palm of Power. Let's see if we have a description of the other one. It's like a bag, I think. All right, so here's your bestiary. All right, it doesn't look like I have a description of the bag, so let's go in the bag.
I think I hear the river.
Bag room.
Charon's shop.
Oh, so anytime there's a bag, it's Charon. Okay. 25 coins. We might as well use them. I believe if the coins that are given to you in a run, I believe they completely vanish once you die.
The infernal wares of the Stygian boatman Charon lie sprawled about, available for sale, whomever would be willing to quench the boatman's great thirst for riches.
I love the Greek mythology. I love Norse mythology. I like all types of mythology. The mythical things that you can have in games are pretty much endless in any culture around the world. Um, Boss battles, I've had one boss battle, and it was with Meg, the first of the Furies. And she is around level 15. Now, the way that you realize what level you're on should be at the top right of the screen at any time. I don't know if you can see what level. So at the top right of the screen, you can kind of see I'm at chamber 7. So if you ever need to know what chamber you're on, just go into the menu and see what exactly it is that you've got, how far you've gone down. And around chamber, I think it's chamber 17 or chamber 15 is around where the boss is at so far that I've noticed.
See you out here, mate. Looks as though you've got some fine wares up for sale, don't you?
So this is essentially Groot. That's how he talks. You just have to pick up on the nuances of the and then you'll understand what it is he's saying.
I'll break you again.
Alright, so I want to take out these little guys first. So he can't do as much damage to me. So he'll just sit here and create these beams of energy around me.
You're going to love it on Olympus, little godling. The air is beautiful and brisk, the gardens lush, the feasting plentiful. Why, it must be the opposite of everything to which you are accustomed.
Alright, my special deals more damage and inflicts weak. Yeah, your cast is a wide, short-range blast that inflicts weak. I think I might be misinterpreting what my cast is. Pressed B for a powerful ranged attack. Retrieve. Yeah, cast is still that red thing that comes out.
Let's break some hearts.
Not quite sure what the exclamation point is. Give me a quick second here. All right.
That's who I think it is.
Hey, sir.
If I may be so bold, Your Highness, I was wondering, what brings you back around this way again? Same story as last time?
Look, I have to level with you, Sisyphus. I'm leaving the house. I've had quite enough. You understand, I'm sure. I'm going to the surface.
If you can get there.
That is quite an undertaking, Prince.
If I can get there.
Proposing it, I'd like to call it madness, truth be told. Though you're just mad enough to pull it off. Well, hey, I hope you make it. Good fortune out there.
Good fortune. All right, life total is 3075. Lose it all for an express trip back to the House of Hades. I don't know why I do that. Used to permanently. Sisyphus furtively offers a choice of benefits for purchasing items during escape attempts. All of it is lost on death. Yeah, I don't know what this is.
Not to worry. Thanks.
Like, I could have gotten health, but it says it's an express trip. I think it was just telling me that if I lose them all versus... I think I was a heal. Okay. Learning as I go. Let's go talk
Within
to
the
these
depths
guys.
of Tartarus reside the most wretched of all the shades who linger for eternity within the underworld, whose lord and master is especially unkind to those attempting to cheat death.
Lots of wretchedness to go
Yep.
around, I guess.
Been cheating death. Bye, Sisyphus. I get so used to playing Dark Souls, I think that my B button is my attack when it is not. Or my B is my dodge.
A gift.
Alright, so I have 153 coins. I believe I'm going to lose that. Let's see if I can go heal.
Sure, why not?
You dare?
Come and get it.
Not sure what just happened. Probably not going to make this one. There it goes.
They had their chance.
Finally.
Whew, I was close.
Cheers, Father.
Alright, I thought that was a cauldron, but it was green. Remember, purple ones are the ones that are going to give you health. But keep a lookout for them at all times. Hopefully what I can do is get to Meg and show you a boss battle. Whoop, laser guy.
Good enough to eat.
Alright, your cast is a wide, short-range blast that inflicts weak. Your dash creates a blade rift. So you can see how I've gotten a similar thing that I've purchased in the past. Now it'll take it from level 1 to level 2.
Got some zest.
Alright, just
I can do this.
doing a quick check to see if I have any purple cauldrons for some heal. I've got 168 coins that I don't want to lose, but I probably will. I need some health.
No, wait.
There goes. All right, so then I'll sink down into the pool and then be resurrected at the House of Hades.
Like to think I learned something
Now,
back there.
I think it was a skull that killed me. Now, if I go over and talk to some character, and I think it's this guy here, he always is here to remind me that I've lost to something, and he'll remind me what I lost to.
Hey there, Dusa. How's your endless toil treating you?
Unless there's a dialogue between other NPCs that is currently underway.
Mr. Hypnos, do you maybe think that you could, keep an eye on the procession line before Lord Hades, like you were supposed to?
Oh, that's no problem. I can definitely do that. I'll just add it to the list.
Good, then. Glad we had the chance to chat. Now, maybe get some sleep or something. You look pretty beat.
Get on it, Hypnos.
Alright, I don't know if I can go back to him. Usually he's the one that tells me, looks like you died against a trap. Alright, let's see what this does, if anything. Doesn't look like it does anything.
If I sit down, I won't want to get back up.
Surprised there's not something going on here, but that doesn't mean that it won't happen.
I should check in with the house contractor. Hey, that's the court musician's sentence. Long past due.
Alright, so this one needs a diamond. I'm not quite sure how to get diamonds. Let's go. I'm hoping for like greens. I'm a big fan of green. And again, I'll let you guys kind of decide how you play around with this.
There's quite a lot of renovating to be done, isn't there, Father? Your house contractor there has shown a wide variety of pending jobs.
I've ordered Nyx to supervise that list. Entirely her problem, boy, and likely yours. How does it feel, knowing that your rampages create the need for so much maintenance?
Feels pretty good now that you mention it. Keeps everybody occupied now.
Go occupy yourself someplace else.
All right, so as you can see, it's adding new dialogue. And I'm not 100% sure. Like up at the top left, there's some hearts. I'm not 100% sure what those are. Those are left for you to discover, or maybe I'll discover them during this stream. But I would imagine as I learn more about having conversations with Hades, as I talk more to Nyx, each one of these characters, like if I need to have 2 more conversations with Nyx in order for her dialogue, or not dialogue, but the descriptions that she has there to expand. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think, nope, it's not correct. Like, I'm curious what the bow means. Top left has a bow inside of one of the hearts, and I'm not sure what that's for. They seem to all have them. I guess that's a positive feeling, maybe? I'm not sure. Oh, okay, so I've given... Oh, okay. But wait a second. I've given one of these nectars to Cerberus, but I've also given one to Nyx, but she doesn't have a heart filled. That's interesting. Have to just discover maybe what I did wrong
You
there.
have met most of your Olympian relatives by now, child. Although the power of their blessings is fleeting here, they shall continue to support you as long as necessary.
They all still think I'm headed to join them on Olympus. That's why they're helping me.
They are helping you because you are family. Family with whom they do not yet have a complicated past.
It's getting complicated pretty fast. Nix, you've done so much for me. I thought you might like this.
You know your father does not like it when nectar is doled out on the premises, dear child. However, I am not he, and I wished regardless to provide you a token of my affection.
I'm very grateful, Nix.
Black shawl. Okay, so I guess I didn't give one to her, or I gave one to her and then I ended a game before saving it. Maybe, don't know, 100% sure. But again, I'm curious what giving hearts to these characters does. Something to be discovered over what I see as a long future with Hades. Let's see what we've got in here.
Scratch one off the fated list.
All right, so
My extended family seems an interesting lot.
I've met... Okay, so these are specific... the son of the god of the dead shall someday break free from the realm in which he was born. I guess I'll get 1,000 whenever I do that. Chthonic colleagues, the son of the... Okay, so I need to meet all of those characters in order to get 10 keys. Work with the house contractor to release Orpheus, and then I'll get 80. Okay, so I need to do all these things in order to unlock. All right. I think I was a little misunderstood. I was misunderstood with what this is for. I thought it was just information, but it's almost like a challenge list. Okay. Let's go in here. Let's spend some darkness. Perform one additional dash in quick succession. Yes, I do that a lot. Maxed out there. And that's pretty much it for now.
Ready, I think.
Wasn't able to pick up any keys because I died. Can I rest anytime I want to? Nope, that'll be something later. All right, let's see if we can make one more run. We'll see if we can get down to Meg. And away we go.
I'm ready.
I usually always start off with some type of boon. This one looks like it's from Poseidon.
I have to tell you something, little Hades. My relatives and I, we've been holding back one of our greatest gifts to see if you were worthy. And you are. My aid is yours. So call me if you need anything, especially to smash your enemies to bits.
Oh, what's this?
All right, so here you can see I've got an epic boon. And again, I have to reiterate, this game does such a great job. I have gotten something new. Every time I die, I go and I talk to the NPCs back in the House of Hades. There's something new. I come into a new run. There's something new. There's some new character. There's some new boon that specific character is providing me. There's some new bit of dialogue that they're engaging in with me. Based on actions that I took in the past. There's those story segments you saw when I rested on the bed. There is new layouts, obviously, because it's procedurally generated in those dungeons. There's new bosses. There's new depths that you reach based on just your overall... It's so good at its execution and its reward system and its diving into the dungeon. And it's when you die, it's okay, because you may start out with something completely fresh. You're not just repeatedly cycling through the same thing and then gathering enough resources to come back and level up so you can go and do it again. It's got a decent kind of a chosen loot system. But yeah, it's extremely addictive, so highly recommended. So let's take this one. Your call makes you surge into foes while impervious for 1.2 seconds. My call.
The wrath of Poseidon.
Okay, so if I press RT to use call. Oh, wow.
I can't.
Okay, so I've recently got a new bar. You can see just underneath my health, I've got a new bar. It may be attached to this specific boon. This game just keeps on giving.
set.
All right, a new key. Looks like I can get something here from Aphrodite, or I can get more coin. Let's get coin in case there's a need for healing. Alright, so anytime you have enemies that are spawn type enemies, so these little skulls are spawned from some type of, well, I take that back. Maybe they're initially spawned here. But if you ever have ones that are continuously respawning, you might need to go destroy the nest that we're spawning from. That was 100 coins, so I can get darkness. Let's see if there's another opening. Or coin, or jewels, gems. Let's go with darkness. It looks as if normal attacks are what level up my... that Poseidon surge that I had. Okay, I can get more coins. See if there's anything else. This table looks like it's going to be something in the future. Like there's going to be something on this table later on in the game. I got a feeling.
Coin for Charon.
Alright, cool. Purple Cauldron. So I'll at least be able to restore 10% when you enter a chamber. That's pretty cool. Alright, so you can see number of chambers versus number of encounters. I think encounters are rooms. I'm not sure what the difference between chambers and encounters are, so if you find out what that is. So basically you have a limited number of uses in these. From what I understand, encounters are rooms. A chamber might be a different space, and I think maybe chambers might be where you go in and you purchase things. I could be wrong. But I'm going to go ahead and buy this and see when it actually activates. You deal 50% damage to armor. Let's just buy them all. Your attack deals plus 30% damage. 6 encounters. Alright. So, you can see them there that I have over to the left. I've got the 3 things that I purchased. 6 encounters and then 3 chambers.
Where now?
And I think these are encounters. Are the rooms that I go into. Alright, so you can see the skull that's down below the item that is sort of telling me what I'm going to get out of that room. That means it's a difficult room, or that the enemies in there have some pretty hefty shields. It's not just a pushover. Alright, so you can see that I've gone into a chamber. So I believe that's what they were talking about. This is just sort of a space that I can go into, maybe a little bit of a rest. And you can see that the ticker on the one that heals me went down 1. So it's not going to heal me with every room, just when I come to one of these sort of respite areas. And looks like that's Charon. I think that's Charon, right? So if I go into there, it's going to heal me again, maybe. Let's go into this one.
Perfect.
See, that one's sort of kind of wasted. I don't think it mattered which one I went into, because they were both chambers. You can see how the ticker went down another one, so that was kind of a wasted use of the heal.
Everything's fine as ever here, Prince said, so you go on ahead and don't look back.
Alright, I'm going to use darkness.
Most excellent.
Mine.
Because I was already fully healed. This one's going to give me something with probably Aphrodite. I'm sorry, with Artemis.
Let's go, Doomstone.
All right. So if I go into this, it was Artemis, and if I accept this boon, will that now make that 3?
You blundered headlong into danger for the past 6 chambers or more, and you made such a racket I could almost hear it from Olympus. I have to say your hunting skills are rather unconventional.
All right, so I would say generally you'd want to take the epics, but it may also depend on what your playstyle is. I'm going to go for epics anytime I see them. That's a plus 70% dash strike damage. So dash strikes, I would want to do more. But if I'm not really comfortable with doing dash strikes, I might just want to give myself a 30% chance on attacks regardless, and a 15% chance to deal critical damage. And I almost think I want to take this one, and I think I will. And here's why. I don't do great with dash striking. I need to learn to do it better, so I'm just going to choose this one. You're probably like, no! But I probably mash buttons a little bit too much right now. And this dash strike like that, I probably don't do very well. I'm more like attacking like this versus dash strike, dash strike. I like how my dash is leaving marks in the ground. All right. So we are in chamber number 9. Survive for 45 seconds. Oh, I'll be fine.
Cheers for the coin.
You know, for a second, I thought those
few more moments.
I thought those projectiles were enemies.
No more of this buffoonery.
Well, that's better.
Alright, so not 100% on the pomegranates, what they do for me. But again, we are in chamber 9. We're trying to get to 15. I believe 15 is where we see a boss battle.
Do not mess with me right now.
I'm not doing a good job at dodging. Shame on me. Get the laser guys first. Alright, what did pomegranate do?
The power of the gods.
Oh, so it gives me a pom. What is it doing, though? Besides aid, your call makes you surge into foes while impervious for 1.2 seconds. Your attack is stronger with 15%. Let's keep going. Let's up level 2 with Deadly Strike. Alright, I could take... Let's get Nectar. Ah, I dodged into him instead of away. I don't know if I'm going to make it to...
Good batch.
Unless there's somewhere I can heal. I don't think I'm going to make it to Chamber 15. Trogan. Now let's see if we can push forward a little bit. I think that might end up killing me. I'm hoping for a purple cauldron somewhere around here. Alright, so this should be a chamber. Alright, so it healed me up maybe a little bit. Oh, I definitely want this.
I can use this.
That'll heal me up, make me stronger. This will heal me as well. Perfect. I may make it now. Alright, I am Groot.
Fine day to you as well there, mate. Now let's have a look at your supply, shall we?
Alright, give me a quick second. I'll be right back. All right. Now this is the boss, and I'm at chamber what?
I'm back, Meg.
Chamber 14. So a little bit earlier than.
Lord Hades ought to lock you up rather than let you run amok in his domain like this.
So what happens is you'll come in and you'll fight this boss. First time you defeat her, she'll show up in the House of Chambers, and while you're like getting to know her, she still is a boss, like the first boss that you encounter. And again, this is what I'm learning. Up to this point, I've gotten a little bit past Meg, but we'll stop right here and let you kind of explore beyond there. After this fight is where we'll stop. If I win or lose, either way, we won't go any farther than Meg's chamber to kind of let you explore beyond this point. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the commentary up to this point. I'll say thanks at the very end, but wish me luck on this battle, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video up to this point. I'll talk to you here shortly after this battle, give or take death or survival.
I'm sure he'd welcome all this feedback from you, Meg. Or maybe you're just pining for my father's job.
I have no envy for your father's position. Besides, I happen to enjoy my own responsibilities. Ash is not enough.
Got her.
Yes.
That's thanks to Poseidon.
Ancient blood. This holds some sort of power, but for what?
Battle out of Tardos with the Eternal Spear. All right, you can see this arrow here is going to take me to the next section, probably Chamber 15. But again, these battles are repeated, so you'll come back and you'll fight her multiple times. I know it would be interesting to go ahead. Let's just do it. What the heck? Let's go. I think this may take me back to some location. All right, we definitely want to heal if we can. Use the fountain. Okay. That heals me. Let's see what this does. Alright, so these will sell.
Feel cleaner already.
Get some coin.
Beats dying.
Let's go instant. Replenish one. Replenish one. Use of Death Defiance. Okay, let's get that. And we'll get both of these. Alright.
That's enough Tartarus. Done.
Okay, again, we're just like making our way up and up and up to try to leave this place.
The Asphodel Meadows. This place has definitely seen better days.
All right, I think that just about does it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this stream, this look, this initial, I don't know, preview. Again, this isn't a review, so I hope what you've got here in this episode 15 for Hades and the Game Pass library kind of lets you jump into some games that maybe you're not willing to otherwise without a Game Pass subscription. But if you don't have a subscription and the game's available to you in other ways, highly recommend checking it out. It has been an awesome run through games like these that are quite challenging and demand a lot from the player, but reward them for their effort and patience. So yeah, as always, if you're watching this as a replay on YouTube, please jump down in the comment section, leave a comment, request a game from the Game Pass library that you'd like to have me stream as part of the Game Pass library series I've been doing, or just any game. And if I have access to it in my library, then I'll stream it on my next stream. So next one I'm going to be streaming is Unto the End. It was a game that was requested by a previous streamer, and again, that's how I like to do these. If you're in my live stream and you drop a request, I will add it to my queue of games to be streamed. But Captain Darth, Elden Genius, Sick Dorito are the last three that gave requests, and Unto the End, I believe is what it is called, that I will be learning and then streaming in episode 16. So hope to see you there, and I'll check you on the next one. All right, thanks.